trouble in my life. I ain't say I never did nothing wrong, but I've never been in trouble in my life. So they go, supposed to get my side of the story, get her side of the story. You know how this is going to play out. Then the police come. This tall white man comes. He goes to her, of course, tells her, you go over there and sit down. That's what he says to me, but talks to her all kind. The white girl that slapped my glasses off my face, hung the phone up on me twice when she had no right to do that, slapped my glasses off my face, broke my glasses, broke them, right? Gets her side of the story. So I'm thinking, so he walks, he had her like on the other end of the hallway, and I was on the other end, sitting there trying to get myself together. The brothers were being supportive. It was there. They was like, Reef, man, this ain't gonna play out too good. You at a Catholic school, this girl got money. I said, man, I ain't worried about that. She broke my glasses. She hung up the phone. Brothers like, man, they don't care about that, man. They don't play that. You are at a white school. What was you thinking? I said, well, it's done now, man. So he walks down the hall. I'm thinking to come get my side of the story, and I was just sitting down up against the wall. He said, get up and turn around. I said, for what? He said, you're under arrest for assault on a female. I said, sir, you're not going to listen to my side of the story? He said, I got your side of the story from her. I said, no, my side of the story. He said, like I said, turn around. I'm taking you downtown, and if you say one more thing, I'm going to arrest you for insubordination of a government official, of a police officer. I said, for the love of God. I had another brother there. His name was Abdul Shabazz. He was Muslim by name, but I don't know what he was into. I'm not allowed to say someone ain't a Muslim. Let's just say he wasn't a practicing Muslim. He comes up to me. This brother's 6'5". He's twice my size. And he says, hey, man, you're going to need this. Now, of course, I can't fit his clothes. This big old jacket. And at this time, it was nice out. It was like working on summertime, even though it was spring. He said, you're going to need this. I said, for what? He said, it gets kind of cold in themselves, man. He said, I've been there before. I said, man, I really needed to hear that. He said, you going to jail, bro. He said, man, this white girl got money. Man, he cuffs me. So with us being in a college, especially a Catholic college, they took me up to the administration building so the school could actually sign me over, almost like I'm a child, to the custody of the police. And no one in the school spoke up for me or anything. None of them really came to get my side of the story. These same professors, these same nurses, not nurses, but the same priests that I was getting into it with in the classroom and different things, they was like, maybe you need this, Mr. Hamid, to wake you up. You're a little radical. This may be a good lesson for you. I said, for the love of God. So Abdul Shabazz was like, yeah, man, you're going to need this jacket. You going downtown. I've never been in jail before, never been in trouble before. So I started reaching out to the Most High. I said, God, you know best. It is what it is. I'm just going to be strong. So he starts walking me to the car. Of course, the cop car is outside. Got me cuffed. Didn't hear my side of the story. Just got her side of the story. Never mind that I was minding my own business. I didn't break any rules. I didn't break any laws. It was no sign that said I couldn't be on that wing, even though it was a girl's wing, because I wasn't in that room. I was just using the payphone. No rule that said you couldn't do that. What did I do wrong? Other than I know what I did wrong. I challenged white privilege. I challenged white privilege. That's what I did wrong. So no officials there spoke up and said, wait a minute, how did this man's glasses get broke? The brothers told him that I was on the phone and she hung up the phone on me twice. That didn't matter. I'm going to jail. So he's getting ready to put me in jail out of nowhere. God sent me my angel. Out of nowhere, when this demon, this white cop about to put me in the car, didn't hear my side of the story, another cruiser pulls up. I said, uh-oh, here comes another demon. Out comes a car, a Latino brother, a cop. And I could hear him on the CB saying, yeah, I got the call first about an assault, talking about me supposedly assaulting this white girl. But I had another call to come to, yeah, I'm here on site. I'm like, oh, well, how's this going to turn out? He's going to add to it or whatever. So he starts asking the white cop what happened. And he said, oh, yeah, he's going downtown talking about me. He said, but guess what? He's going to have some company. You're going too. Talking about the white girl. You would have thought she saw a ghost. She said, excuse me? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, I talked to some of the young men over here, some of the brothers that was with me, and I got the full story. I understand that it sounds like you were the aggressor. And what happened to this man's glasses? Oh, I don't know. He said, you don't know? He said, I advise you to tell the truth. He said, I understand you slapped the man's glasses off his face. Well, he shouldn't have put his hands on me. He said, no, this sounds like mutual combat. He said, so both of you are going downtown. He said, turn around. You're going downtown too. You're under arrest. Do you know who my father is? My father is a Supreme Court judge. He said, I don't give a damn. He said, well, if he's a judge, he should know that this is obviously mutual combat and both of y'all are going downtown. He said, the only way you can get out of this is if you drop the charges. She said, I will not. He said, well, like I said, I'm going to ask you one more time or you're going to be arrested for insubordination of a police officer. Turn around or you drop the charges and we just call it a night. She thought she saw ghosts. She couldn't believe it. White privilege was crushed right on there. That's the angel. All praises due to God that I'm talking about. This Latino brother. If it wasn't for him, ain't no telling what would happen to me and why this is so deep. This may sound trivial or small to someone else. Do you know I work in the school system? I'm a mental health therapist. I'm a counselor now. You can't have nothing on your record working in the school system, working in mental health. You can't have nothing on your record. They was going to hit me up with an assault charge. And then he talked about he was going to get me for insubordination of a police officer because I kept saying to him, why aren't you going to hear my side of the story? Man, it's hard enough getting a job with a clean record, more or less that. On my record, I would have had a misdemeanor charge. And even if I wouldn't have did jail time, that would have been on my record. But God sent me my angel, that Latino brother. And then after she came to her senses and got off whatever them damn drugs she was on, of course, she went and talked to the other cop and said, oh, drop the charges. I can't believe this. Wait till my father gets a hold of you. He said, your father ain't going to do a damn thing to me. This brother was bold, this Latino brother. If he wouldn't have came, what would have happened? I was just a young man. And I would have had that on my record. A misdemeanor assault charge and Lord knows what else. I did not stand a chance. At a white school, a black man, a Muslim, and outspoken. Right? I wasn't bowing down. So they had it out for me and no one to speak up for me. And them brothers, even though they did go and tell the police officer what happened, they were shaking like a leaf. They weren't really, I don't know how much they would have spoke up for me. So I was basically a lone wolf. But if that Latino brother wouldn't have came and set the record straight, and after the dust cleared, he came up to me, he said, let me talk to you, young man. He said, do you know where you are? Do you realize where you are? He said, you ain't in Philly or New York. He said, I don't know where you're from. He said, man, you got to realize where you are. He said, calm down and think before you act. He said, if I wouldn't have came here, you know where you were going. I said, man, I can't thank you enough. And now that I know the criminal justice system, now that I have more wisdom than what I have now, I know the importance of having a clean record if you can. I know things happen. It doesn't make you a bad person if you have something on your record, but it's very, very important to try to keep a clean record because that's what they use against us. That's why some brothers turn to selling drugs and doing illegal activity because they have things on their record and they make it almost impossible for us to get basic jobs. Walmart is checking your record. McDonald's is checking your record. Everywhere you go, they check your record. I just relocated back here to York, Pennsylvania, and thank God I'll be a mobile therapist starting next week where I'll go to schools, community centers, wherever they need me for people in crisis, that need counseling or whatever. Man, I had to go get fingerprints, a criminal background check, child abuse check. I had to take like a 3-hour course on child abuse, all this stuff just to be in the field. Imagine if that would have came up. The trouble they would have gave me. They gave me trouble and I don't even have a record. Imagine if that was on my record. So that's what I meant when I said 23 years ago, God sent me an angel in the form of a human being. If I knew how to get a hold of this officer right now, I would go up to him and give him a bear hug because, I mean, I just can't thank him enough for stepping in and not bowing down to. He could have just stood there and ate a little donut and coffee and went along to get along, but he stuck up. He said, no, if he's going downtown, she's coming too. And you know who my father is? He said, I don't care. And he basically forced her to drop those charges. So no charges were filed against me. I walked away. And I have a clean record to the day. Don't mean that I'm perfect, but I have a clean record, and I wouldn't be able to be in the field that I'm in if it wasn't for that brother stepping in and helping me. Always make your prayers, however you connect to the Most High, and ask him to protect you, and you protect others, and he will grant you that protection. Because believe me, when that demon was putting them cuffs on me, I started what we call dua. Dua in Islam is a prayer that you can do at any time. We have our 5 daily prayers that we say before the sun comes up, in the afternoon, the late afternoon, when the sun sets, and then before you go to bed. We have those 5 prayers. But in Islam, we have prayers called dua, where we put our hands out and open, and you can ask the Most High for whatever you want at that time. Believe me, when this happened, I was doing my prayers. I'm like, I'm about to go to jail, and I didn't even really do anything. And God sent me my angel, that Latino cop, that Latino brother. He stuck up for me, and my life wouldn't be where it is without his intervention. God sent me an angel. We believe in angels, and we believe in devils too. Yes, the 2 strongest forces on this planet is God and the devil. Both have many followers. God has many followers, but the devil has many followers too. But like it says in the Quran, the devil may plan, but God plans, and God is the best of planners. It was not meant for me to go to jail. It was not meant for me to have a record, and it was meant for me to be in the field that I'm in so I can help my people in the workplace and out of the workplace. Because when I'm talking to you via the hour of power right there, I'm doing therapy and counseling to help my people, and it's sincere. I ain't asking for no tithes. I ain't asking for no money. I ain't asking for anything but for you to pray for me and to ask for God's protection. And all I want is for our people to do better and to be in a better condition and have a better purpose in life so we can be successful. That's all I want. And the Most High will pay me beyond measure. So that's the title of the lecture tonight. 23 years ago, when I was in Alvernia College in Pennsylvania, God sent me an angel in the form of a human being. I don't know what I would be doing now if that brother didn't step in and prevent me from having those black marks on my record behind this demon, this white girl with her white privilege, thinking that everyone's supposed to bow down in front of her. No, white privilege didn't work that night. No, sir, you can't do God's people any old kind of way and think you're going to get away with it. This is the Brother Shareef with the Hour of Power. Go to Hour of Power, Shareef Hamid on YouTube. Subscribe and share so we can continue to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. Anyone just coming in on this message, hold tight. As soon as I end it, I will hit post and it will replay. My messages aren't that long. Please take time and listen, because at the beginning I gave tips about how to deal with young black men or any of our black people when they encounter the police. I just had an incident the other day, and as you can see, I'm still here. And I think it's because of the restraint, the patience, and humility that I use coming in contact with the police. They're brainwashed too. They already have preconceived ideas about black men and black people in general, but especially black men. So they're on the guard. They're on the guard. But if we do certain things, guard our tongue, have a little more patience, I believe it will reduce the chance of some of these tragic stories and tragic ends that we hear about happening with black men when they encounter police. Simple pullovers turning into us laying in the street dead and riddled with bullets. Sometimes we do absolutely nothing. There's nothing that we can do to avoid when someone has their mind made up. But like I said, a lot of these police officers, they have preconceived ideas about us. And that officer, he was on guard. He was on guard, but by me saying, "Oh, I didn't know I ran that stop sign," and is it okay if I reach my bag, and then putting the bag right in front of him so he couldn't say I was reaching for anything, he eased up a little bit, and he ended up just giving me a warning when he could have easily gave me a ticket, or it could have been a tragic end, and you would have been talking about me in the past tense. It happens every day. It's a report out there that says every 28 hours a black man, woman, or child is shot or killed by the police. Every 28 hours. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I leave you in peace. as I came. To my Muslim family, assalamu alaikum. To my Christian family, praise the Lord. To my Hebrew Israelite family, shalom. To my black conscious family, hotep. To my people in the streets, what's good with you? It all means peace. This is the hour of power with Brother Shareef. Peace.